So, over the last 11 games, the Golden State Warriors are 9-2 since the Jimmy Butler trade, and as we've already touched on Steph and Jimmy in a previous video, it's time to shift the focus to the best shooter the league has ever seen. When you watch Curry operate on the floor, everything is just seamless as he moves fluidly throughout the defense. Over the span of those 11 games, Steph has averaged 29 points, which is second in the NBA, 6 assists, 57 3-pointers made, which leads the entire NBA, and has a 69 true shooting percentage. Yeah, those stats right there are flat out ridiculous, but the numbers aren't what tell the full story. Sure, you can analyze the numbers and see that a player is putting up great stats, or go ahead and have AI make the whole video for you, but that doesn't do it justice, as you really have to sit down yourself and watch the film to really know what's going on. Many players in the league score the ball and approach the game in different ways, so it's time we dive into the science behind Steph Curry's dominance. To kick things off, we must cover the most important thing about Steph's game, and that is his ability to move without the ball to get right into his shot. When attacking the paint versus the Mavericks here, Curry is going to kick it to the corner due to the defense collapsing, but right here is where Steph separates himself from other players. A lot of guys would lazily reposition themselves on the court, but Steph chooses to move with a purpose when he's on the floor, so he continues to move to the opposite side of the floor to be in perfect position when the ball is sent to him, and here's the end result.
Steph lets it fly, Kansas!
With this non-stop motor and the ability to be en route in the blink of an eye, you can't afford to be arguing with the ref like KCP is doing here instead of paying attention to Curry, because now once he chooses to run off this screen, KCP is now behind the play, which gets him caught up on Butler, and with Curry knowing Cole Anthony is going to jump out to cut off this angle, he decides to stop right where he catches, and it's another three-pointer on the way. For the defense, they might as well put super glue on their hands and grab Curry's jersey, because if you try to take a chill pill for even a split second, Curry will show you that you can't relax at all, or else you're going to be behind the plate, allowing him to lock, load, and fire. Guarding someone who moves this much on offense can be the most exhausting thing on the court, as when you watch Curry, he'll mix up speed changes when working to get open, so you always have to be on your P's and Q's. If everybody directs their attention to the top of the screen, you're going to see Curry working his way towards the middle of the paint. Now at this moment, he slows it down to get KCP a little relaxed, and this is where he now explodes out to go off the screen from post, and when you give a shooter like Steph this amount of room to let it fly, you already know what's going in. When you look around the league, not only is there not another player who moves on the court like Steph, but there's not a single player that can guard this. At any moment in a game, Steph can find a way to get himself an open shot from deep range, but don't think for one second that this movement without the ball only helps with his shooting. With Steph being such a high alert guy on the floor, defenders will sell out to his three-point shot time and time again, and this here allows him to have a breeze when pushing towards the basket. Take this play for an example. Maxey is ready to guard the top side of Steph on this possession, and why is that? Well, he knows that Steph loves to come off these pin down screens to flow right into a three-point shot, and that's exactly what they want to take away. But the thing is, you're not playing a rookie or just a guy who's been in the league for a couple years. Curry is a seasoned vet who understands how to outsmart defenders when they try and take away his bread and butter, so that's when his stunt into a face cut comes in handy. This right here is something that happens a lot, as in this game versus the Knicks, Josh Hart is ready to deny Curry the ball when coming off this Draymond screen, but look right there, Steph is already 2 steps ahead of him, and now the cut to the rim makes for 2 easy points plus 1 more at the line. It's truly best that defenders play him honest rather than trying to cheat the play, because in all reality, all they really do is cheat themselves. This entire Warrior system is built around Steph and the way he approaches the game, so it's not a coincidence when you see the entire floor spaced out like this. Once again, you can see Dinwiddie guarding him up high, trying to take away any three-point opportunity, but as we all can see, that certainly isn't the look the Warriors are going for. This cut straight to the basket is wide open for Steph to attack, and believe it or not, Steph is one of the better rim finishers in our game. If Steph wasn't this comfortable finishing at the rim, this type of defense would take away a lot of his game. But that's why in today's league, you have to be extremely versatile to be a top scorer. Defenses will do anything in their power to stop him, such as picking up high, recovering hard when they get separated from him, but all this still doesn't work in their favor, as a simple look at the rim will make them bite hard to go jump on that trampoline, and to the rack he goes. Even Steph himself knows that the defense will sell out at any time if it means stopping him from scoring the ball, so when using the screen to get separation from Dante, he now has successfully defeated one defender, but now there's another one coming to finish the fight. Well, actually, PJ thought he was going to rush Steph and catch him in a bad spot, but like we touched on earlier, Curry is always 2 steps ahead. So with this look at the rim making PJ fully commit, Steph can now use the push crossover to split the defense, and with that soft touch, he can use a floater right off the glass. As you start to pay attention, you'll notice a lot of defenders try and gun at him close off these screens, such as Paolo does here. Now Paolo is more so gearing up to be ready to switch on to Steph, but with Curry being smaller and quick enough to turn the corner on Banchero, he's able to get right into Paolo's hit, which makes him open up to avoid a foul, and at this point, he can't even contest without risking sending him to the line. Yeah, he's very slippery and extremely crafty. The way he chooses to use his body and agility to get open will often leave defenders watching him go get an easy bucket inside, and if the defense tries to communicate by way of pushing their teammate out to the three-point line to cut him off, well, Steph will simply stop behind the screen to gather the pass and bury it like no one's even around. So honestly, you can try all you want to stop him from getting the ball, but it's a slim chance that you're going to be successful. Even if you are able to stop Steph from scoring immediately off the catch, well, that's only half the fight, as Steph is able to operate with the ball in his hands to create for himself, and this is where things get scary. If he wants to, Steph can keep it simple by attacking the slower defender when he has the switch to go right to the basket to score. And hey, if he really wants to keep it simple, he can decide he has enough space to send it up and bury a 30-foot bomb. Now Steph has many ways he can create a shot for himself, so hold on 1 second and come down to the laboratory so you can pick your poison. For option number 1 on the shelf, we call this breakdown acid. This is where Steph uses the handle and footwork to create space from his defender, and if we're keeping it 100, he pretty much embarrasses them. Since he can score off the drive or with his shot, this forces defenders to bite on all of his moves. So when it seems like he's going to drive, the defender of course is going to try and recover to get in front, but this here's the sweet spot for Steph. At this moment, he has the defender right where he wants him and snatches back between the legs for the money ball. Other times it can be more simple but yet very effective, such as here when he comes off this screen versus Philly. Steph has Oubre trailing the play while Drummond comes up to the level of the screen. Right now, this isn't the most open shot, but Steph, as we all know, could choose to pull up right over the top. But instead of doing that, Curry decides to throw in a sidestep to bounce right into a shooting pocket, so not only is he ready to shoot once he lands, but he also creates separation from Drummond and Oubre, and this one right here is straight, wait. Everybody say it with me in the Hoop Mastery community, and this one right here is straight cash. These ways of creating shots for himself with the handle can range in many ways. He can either get super saucy with the handle to make defenders helpless, or he'll use a simple handle with a step back at it in to create space to sink that jumper. Now I know that poison was a lot, but for option number 2, we're going to keep it simple and we call this insta sleep, because it'll take you no time for this one to put you straight to bed. With Curry's confidence and shot making, you really want to pick him up right when he passes half court, and hey, if you think I'm playing, well ask Philly how they felt after this 30-foot bucket. Now if that one wasn't to your liking because the friendly bounce, well on this action here versus Orlando, they practically built a wall to stop Curry as he was on a heater this night, but as we all know, a heater doesn't just turn off when you step in front of it, you actually have to go unplug it, or else you'll just end up getting cooked. So like I said, pick your poison. Would you rather him mix you up and get on a highlight play that's going to be all over social media, or have your defense just look elementary when he decides to rise up over the top of you? Regardless of what you choose, the outcome is more than likely going to be the same, and that's Steph torturing your defense with you having no answer to stop him. At the age of 36 years old and being in the NBA for 16 years, Steph Curry has shown that he is one of the best players to ever play the game, and at any time in the game or during the season, he can flip a switch to completely destroy the opposing team. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like and subscribe and turn on post notifications so you're first to know when I upload. I thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.